So what I'm going to ask you to do now is to set yourselves up so you're comfortable and stable. Are you two comfortable being so close together? Good. That's fine. Good. And everyone else is feel comfortable? You okay? Cool. And it really is worth taking the time rather than rushing through this bit. And then once you've got your posture and your position, which is stable, poised and comfortable, including awareness of your head as being quite poised, you then are giving yourself a period of what I would call orientation. So you're orienting yourself to being aware of the body and the breath. And I'm going to lead you through this in a moment, so I'm just sort of mentioning it. You're going to be in this orientation towards coming into the body and the breath and checking when your mind wanders and coming back. And the checking and coming back is a primary skill. But it's also can be irritating because I don't want to check. I'm away. Let me just be away. You get to come back. Oh no, I'm having to come back again. And then that's when you're aware of the theme of, are you able to take the ups and downs? This buoyant mood, frame of mind. Or are you sort of, as it were, getting impatient, getting irritated, getting despondent, feeling it's the end of the world? Well, that's going a bit far, but you know what I mean. Or is it going well and you get excited? So you're always checking, and I'll guide you into this, but that's what you're going to orient yourself to. So just now, a period of orientation. Just taking in that we're going to be focusing on the body and the breath. Just taking that in, arriving already into a sense of your body, how it feels, temperature. Is there any holding or tension anywhere? Just softening it, relaxing it. And in the beginning, you're kind of working at your poise. You might, on the in-breath, feel as the breath comes in, it lifts your body up. And then you just, as it were, gently stay with that poise and then relax on the out-breath. And that, through the practice, just you're going to check whether your mind has wandered. You're going to clear it with something like not now and come back. Simple little rule of thumb. Check, clear, come back. That's what you're going to be doing. And awareness of your mood. All through the practice. And I'll guide you into that. So closing your eyes if you're comfortable to do so. Arriving into a sense of yourself, how you are, yeah, if you need to just sort of loosen your shoulders, take the time to do it. So first of all, being aware of your body, how it feels, and just take the time to come into and arrive into the sense and feeling of your body. Being aware of any tension or holding and just taking time just to loosen it, especially shoulders and face, yes. And if there's any pulling forward in your shoulders, just very gently on the in-breath, letting the breath open them. And if you notice that you're sinking already and your head is dropping, just decide now that you're going to open your eyes and sit with your eyes open. You're going to be present and engaged with the experience of the body and read the body for signs of whether you're feeling heavy or light or just right, buoyant. Now bringing awareness to the front of your torso, the chest, heart area, how it feels generally. Is there a sense of lightness, heaviness, for example? How you are. And just taking a few moments just to ask yourself the question, well, in terms of my mood, how am I now? And just be open to reading the signs of your body and the feeling tone. Doing this in a playful way. You're feeling more on the downside, upside, or even. Making, if you can, making any adjustments so that you come into the even-mindedness, the buoyancy that can take ups and downs. Primary mindfulness. And now, just drop in the breath. The breath. And letting the sense and feeling of the breath come to the center and foreground of your experience. The breath. And adjusting your attention so it comes in closer to the experience of the breath. And the whole flow and rhythm of the breath as it comes in and goes out. being aware of how your body moves as the breath comes in and goes out. Now the belly and the breath. Feeling what happens in the belly as the breath comes in and goes out. And if it helps, just put your hand on your belly for a few moments to feel the movement. And just quietly tell yourself, settle into the belly and the breath. Stay with it. There's a sense of, is your mind aligned with the experience, or is it slightly away? And if it's slightly away, just notice that and just play with bringing your attention into line with the experience of the belly and the breath. Very slight adjustments if you need it. Just settling into a broader awareness now. In your general experience, is there discomfort and comfort? And just take in that awareness for a moment. What feels comfortable? What feels uncomfortable in any way, and just take it in, a broad awareness that can just take in both. And then back to the breath in the belly. Checking, has the mind wandered off, opened up periphery thoughts? If it has, clear it, come back to the belly and the breath. Just getting used to that. Now, the belly in the heart, chest area, going up to the breath in the heart, chest area, and the breath. How does it feel as the breath comes in and goes out? Staying with it. Aligning your attention. to the experience. Settling into the experience of the breath in the heart chest area. Just fine-tuning your attention so you stay with it. When your mind drifts off, come back. And now we're going to broaden to the sense of what is comfortable and uncomfortable in my experience, and just being able to be even-minded in that. Just take it in with a sort of buoyant approach. And then coming back to the breath in the heart chest area. Checking whether the mind has wandered, clearing, and come back. So in the awareness of the heart chest area and the breath, you have attentiveness, but you also have a state of openness. Just playing with that in this area. You're open to what's here, and you're also attentive to it. Attentive and relaxed, letting them come together. And now bringing awareness up into the nostrils and the sense of the breath there. Just checking your posture, your head, if it droops, just lift it up. And just checking the alignment of your attention and the sensation in the nostrils, that they align. Just nudging your attention back if it drifts a bit, just nudging it back with a sense of even-mindedness. Now, just to help you, there's a little device here. Just before the in-breath, touch a finger and a thumb together lightly, and then be aware of the breath come in, breath going out. Just before the in-breath, touch finger and thumb to help you stay focused on the process. If you need it. Quick check if any tension has arisen, soften it, come back to the nostrils. If you start to feel any intensity, just relaxing into it, getting used to it. You can drop the finger touch now. Let your awareness now take in the whole of the breath, the whole rhythm and feeling of the breath in your body and the movement in your body. The whole breath. Very slight nudge in your mind to stay with it. Being open to the experience without any anticipation. What's it like, moment to moment? And now, one final check, broadening, being open to anything that feels uncomfortable or comfortable in your experience, and just being open to that even-mindedness in the face of it. And then coming back to the breath. Adjusting your attention finally so you can stay attuned to the breath, the experience of it, and be relaxed. Broadening your awareness again to the whole sense of yourself sitting here, and again just noticing in your body what your mood is like, whether you feel heavy or light or buoyant, even-mindedness, how you are, just taking it in. And resting, just absorbing how you are. And now a little imaginative device. You have an awareness of your face as you're sitting here. And just imagine that there's a face behind your face that expresses how you are now. Imaginatively ask yourself, what would that face look like now? And then let go of that. And when you're ready, just gently opening your eyes and just taking in the room with a sort of wide angle view, with a sense of openness arriving. And when you're ready, sitting comfortably. So just a few words before we finish this bit. So there are different ways that you can find out how you are. And it's quite good just to develop the wide skill, or the skills. So the first is the body. your body can really sort of tell you if it's restless and jumpy, or if it's sort of half dead, or just a bit dull. It's telling you something. You can read the body, which is so useful as a skill. Very important. And then I introduced right at the end that imaginative way of reading yourself. And I used the face behind the face, which I think is quite nice. It takes a little bit of practice, and some people, not everyone gets a visual, but you can get a feeling of it if there was a face. What's it like in that moment? A different way of doing the same thing is to ask yourself, if I'm a lake now, what's the lake like? It's a really nice way of using the imagination to get a sense of yourself. Does it feel calm, deep, and light and bright? Or turbulent, murky, for example. And then the third major way of getting the sense of how you are is a word or a phrase. Calm, relaxed, settled, floppy. Or all over the place, for example. So you start to develop your skills in actually getting a sense of how you are. And you build that up. And, it's in a way, in this kind of intermediate period where you've just learned how to meditate, this can be fun. Just play with it. You don't have to be too serious about it. It's like you've got a whole new toy box. And you can bring that toy box into your formal meditation on the breath and the metta bhavana.